Oh, good morning. It's time to do a sound check, maybe a mental health check as well. It's just past 3:30 in the morning here in Hanoi, Vietnam. Anyway, I made a decision. I've been working on an application called Living Artists, and I am going to continue. It's currently on Google, trying to find some testers, and it is a bit difficult to get the testers to opt in. Now, I have a friend. I don't know if I think everyone overuses that word, but I definitely do. But I have an acquaintance that I'll do this later, of course, immediately, and it would take him, I don't know, 30 seconds. You hit a link and maybe have to sign in with your email. But this is one of those things where you say, when you're relying on someone else, relying on the wrong person. But anyway, he began telling me about safety issues, security issues, and I just thought this was absurd. I think it is absurd because people every single day when you get an email, oh, this is a suspicious email, so I'm not going to open it. But you'll go on Facebook and just get, or LinkedIn and write a story or whatever. But we're putting ourselves out there every single day of the week, so it's just a minor hiccup, and it'll get done. I mean, how many app builders have gone through this? Probably almost as many app builders as people who have built an app. Anyway, I made a decision, and that is to promote my app. I'm going to go on a kind of worldwide motorcycle trip and around the world, I guess, worldwide. But little interesting, I was wondering, this friend of mine, and I do consider Danny a friend, he went to Pakistan on a motorcycle, or he did a motorcycle trip there, and I think he's going to be promoting trips to Pakistan, and I didn't have the money, and I still don't, and I didn't realize there was a peripheral issue as far as the money. I don't want to get into that at the moment, but I was having a hard time selling some of my artwork, and I have been, and most of the reason is because I haven't done anything to sell it. Anyway, the artwork behind me, this is called The Pink Life of a Cat. Now, pink paintings, as some of you might know, just purely the color pink, can be threatening to some. Apparently, when people, I think it's people who aren't very secure, men who aren't very secure with themselves. But I had a person ask me, what the hell were you thinking? And I had these other paintings, pink paintings, that sold actually in Ho Chi Minh City to a woman. She uses them or displays them in her office. She's a lawyer. But I think it actually caused a problem between her and her partner. Partner's a Vietnamese man, and I think they did have an issue because she bought these paintings, even though I gave her a very good price. 10 million a piece, which is at that time just around $450. So she got the two, which were the same size as this, which is 120 centimeters by 100 centimeters. And yeah, that's a pretty, I would say that's a pretty good price for those. This one here, I'm starting out the bidding at 5,000, and we'll bid up maybe $1 a day until it's sold. But I'm desirous of selling this and my other works to finance this trip. As I said, I didn't go on the trip to Pakistan because I was having some financial woes, and the way to get over those, of course, is to get active. Okay, and like the reason I say world around the world and worldwide, I think my decision, because I'm here in Hanoi, is to go to Bangkok and buy a motorcycle there. And there's some registration issues and things, and to get the card of passage, um, it's easier from there. So my idea was to ride around a little bit um, in Thailand and maybe into Cambodia and um, Laos, but mainly to ship the bike from there to um, Istanbul, Turkey, and start the journey from there, because it's tremendously complicated to go through China. Apparently, you have to have some sort of a guide or something, and I know people have been able to not have that, but I also saw a traveler complaining about her time in China. So, and it was because of motorcycle issues and not just with permissions and such. And then there's Iran, which at this time for an American person, I think it's a little bit difficult, and I don't blame them. But I think that was the most sane. Not that I've done anything in the quest of sanity in my life, but anyway, I'm going to just cut this short because this is a bit of a sound and light check today. I'm guessing that my voice is very low. I'll see if I can bring it up somehow with some editing, but I really wanted to stay off of the editor. I just learned last night during a Zoom meeting how to put it in the background, and I suppose I'll be doing that with these videos pretty soon. But I'm thinking of just sitting right here with a painting behind me. As I said, this one here is named Pink Life of the Cat. If you can see, there's a cat up here, and I'll tell more of the story behind the painting later. And it is one of these things that I think is a bit interesting. I'm thinking of getting, if I can add in some music here, I would add in Every Picture Tells a Story by Rod Stewart. Not necessarily because of the story that particular song tells, but simply because I think it was in a book. There he is. I've been waiting for him. I got up at 3, and I knew that here it's kind of interesting. We're near an agricultural area. At this time of the morning, it's 10 to 4 right now, and the motorbikes, you can start hearing them because they get up and around very early here. Anyway, what just to conclude about the Rod Stewart story, when it comes to abstract art, I think it's very funny because people always say things like, picture tells 1,000 words, and in many cases it does. I was looking for something on on the page, the Google page for the submitting the app, and I kept reading instructions, and finally I just hit images, and right away I saw what they were talking about. And in the case of abstract art, it seems like it doesn't matter what you say or do, people don't want to know what you're talking about. And oftentimes it's best to let them tell the story about my picture. But in this case, my picture is entitled The Pink Life of the Cat. There's a reason for that. In addition to being a cat lover, it was just something that was going on at the time. And as I said, just to conclude, I didn't want to make videos too long, and I want to keep away from editing. I know, what is it? Gosh, I can't think of the name of the editor at this time, but I decided, oh, I'm going to do this for a month and get really good at it. And in a very short time, I lost interest, and I just couldn't understand how people can sit in front of a screen or with their phone and cut. To me, it's just contrived. It's one of those things where you're like, I realize there are people who are tremendously talented at filmmaking and things, but for the most part, I don't particularly have any interest in that. Who knows? Maybe in a month I will. And that is one of the things I'll be looking for sponsors and such. So that's probably a good skill to get. and anyway, that's it. Until tomorrow morning.